Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken at the 15. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
To throw is Perkins. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Perkins. Buying time to his left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. To throw is Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got room. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Throwing is Perkins. And this one... These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly, with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
They start on the ground with Elliott. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. And
he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for a loss on the play. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
On 2nd and 9. Hurts eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. 10-7 our score after one, right here on EA Sports. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. On first down, Hurts. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and a mile. Here's Hurts to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it. Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott, they'll set up the screen to Elliott. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play. If you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play. Now Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3. And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either. And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Hurts. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He gets it complete to Harris. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And they'll run with Sermon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
Out of his end zone, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Prescott now. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Prescott looks to throw on first. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with it defensively. And it'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get the big hit.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half, let's do it. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in. So right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well. 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. And all the way up to the 46. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he stopped immediately there.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 16. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
He'll get this to Elliott.
That catch good for only a couple.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the 24, Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Tanner Muse
leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch. Hands 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back now in Arlington. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Hurts escaping the pressure right. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find
touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead.
Well, you don't become a 2-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Shoves him away. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 162 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Throwing. Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Max Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And these guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Hurts. It's brought in by Harris. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game.
And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Now Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. These guys will take a 10-point lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hurts and the Eagles now
down by 10. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. They have 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning to work with, but they also need 2 scores. They've got to go quick.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. After the sack on first down, Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Scoreboard on their side. They're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Prescott to throw. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll drop to throw. Finding Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Well, you have to expect in this situation that the defense is going to be playing the perimeter. They don't want any easy passes out there where someone can grab it and step out of bounds. So that was excellent work there to force the incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Throwing is Hurts.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. This is Smith with a grab. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know.